We'll do the Jnana Yoga Shloka Sangraha today. Dhyana Shlokaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshini Bhagavati Ashtadashaadhyayini Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini Atha Shrimad Bhagavad Gitasu Jnana Yoga Shloka Sangraha. Arjuna Uvacha Aho Batamahat Papam Kartum Yagasita Vayam Yadrajya Sukhalobhena Hantum Swajana Mudyataha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Api Chedasi Papebhyaha Sarvebhyah Papakrittamaha Sarvam Jnanaplavenaiva Vrijinam Santarishyasi Tadvidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya Upadeshyanti te Jnanam Jnaninastattvadarshinah Na jayate mriyate va kadachit Nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyah Ajo nityah shashvatoyam puranah Na hanyate hanyamane sharire Veda vinashinam nityam Ya enamajamavyayam Katham sapurusha partha Kam khatayati hantikam Nainam chindanti shastrani Nainam dahati pavakaha Na chainam kledayantyapaha Na shoshayati marutaha Achedyoyamadahyoyam Aklebhyo shoshya evacha Nityas sarvagatasthānuhu Achaloyam sanatanaha Traigunya vishaya vedaha Nistraigunya bhavarjuna Nirdvandvo nityasattvasthaha Niryogakshema atmavan Prajahati yada kaman Sarvan parthamanogatan Atmanyevatmana tushtaha Sthita prajnastadochyate Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha Sangasteshu vajayate Sangat sanjayate kamaha Kamat krodho bhijayate Krodhat bhavati sammohaha Sammohat smriti vibhramaha Smriti bhramshat buddhinashaha Buddhinashat pranashyati Ragadvesha viyuktaistu Vishayanindriyaischaran Atmavashyir vidheyatma Prasadamadigadchati Dukkheshvanudvignamanaha Sukheshu vigataspruhaha Vitaraga bhayakrodhaha Stitadhir muniruchyate Prasade sarvadukhanam Hanirasyopajayate Prasannachetaso hyashu Buddhih paryavatishthate Yas sarvatra nabhisnehaha Tat prapya shubhashubham Nabhinandati nadveshti Tasya prajna pratisthita या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जाग्रति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्म व्याहरन् मामनुस्मरन् यः प्रयाति त्यजन् देहं स याति परमां गतिम् श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानं तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे ज्ञानयोगश्लोकसंग्रहः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु. So last time when we did Jnana Yoga Shloka Sangraha, I had given the overview of Jnana Yoga Shloka Sangraha. What are the points? So the points initially is why we require self-knowledge. Second point is what are the factors that are important. If I need to know who am I, what is the factor? So we have seen the different factors. Ignorance, what I don't know about myself, first question. Second, how does this knowledge help me know about myself? What does it help me know about myself which I don't know? Third, teacher required. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Why teacher is required also we have seen. I may know English, I know Sanskritam, fine. But by knowing English, can I know science? No. So there are different technical terms that are there. It has to be explained. What does it mean? So therefore you require a teacher who understands the whole vision. What is called as drishti. The one who has the jnana drishti, the vision of the entire scriptures, he is the person who will be able to guide you. So we require a teacher 100%. So that is one factor. Then other factor is mind. Okay, mind is very, very important factor. We will discuss that today. How we are going to make our mind ready for knowledge. Then one more factor is, apart from the mind, you require an instrument of knowledge. How can I know? If I want to know the color of something, I have my eyes. Okay, if I want to hear the sound of something, I have my ears. If I want to know about singularity, I have science. If I want to know about other planets, I have science. But if I want to know about self, where should I go? So therefore, what is that instrument of knowledge? It is called pramanam. Shastra or scriptures is the pramanam. Like for Ayurveda, you have different shastras. You have scriptures or texts like Charaka Samhita, right? So therefore, that text becomes the pramanam. Pramanam means it becomes the instrument to know about what? Ayurveda. Similarly, what is the pramanam or instrument to know myself? Shruti, Vedas, Upanishad. That is the pramanam. And why do you say it is pramanam? Because it is self-revealing. It is not that somebody has written this. Okay? It's not that one person came and suddenly thought I should write about self and he started writing. It is as part of this creation. It is very important. It is apaurushaya. It's not written by anybody. So that is why that is a pramanam. And how do we know? Because the knowledge in that is very same. The same knowledge can be told by anybody who has realized the self. Even Ramana Maharishi, he came with Upadesha Sara. That Upadesha Sara, if you see one to one, you can see it is a summary of Bhagavad Gita only. Bhagavad Gita happened so many years back. Upadesha Saram now. How is it the same? And Ramana Maharishi had not learnt anything formally. So therefore, the knowledge is one. It is revealed knowledge. Likewise, you can see the knowledge has been given in different places, and finally the knowledge is only one. Aham Brahmasmi. That is the knowledge. So therefore, this knowledge, you require a mind which is prepared, instrument of knowledge. What is the mind that is required to be prepared? So first thing, you require to remove ragadvesha of the mind. Ragadvesha viyuktaistu vishayanindriyaischaran. Okay. So why? Because when ragadvesha is there, you can't see things objectively. Suppose I have my friend who is having some problem. I thought he's very good. Suddenly somebody tells me, he's a cheat, he lies. Will I be able to take it? No. They show proof also. I will say, no. Even after showing proof, if I am not able to take it, that is because my mind is not ready. Because I have too much of bias. And the closer the person is, the bias is more. Who is the closest to oneself? Who do you love most? I. So therefore the closest is I. Therefore the bias is also more. We have our own notions. So all those notions have to be removed. For that, first of all, the mind should be free, relatively. Not complete ragadvesha, not possible to take out. There will be some relative ways to remove or reduce ragadvesha, become more objective. So that is the first step. Second step is, your mind should be very subtle to understand the subtle entity or principle called the self, which is pure consciousness. Then your mind should have chitta naischalyata. That's what you all are come here for. Why do you do yoga? Not just that you get a certificate and go and practice yoga as a trainer. It will give you focus of mind, which is very, very important to know the self. So that's why you do samadhi abhyasa. What is dharana, dhyana, and last stage of Ashtanga Yoga is samadhi. And then you come to knowledge. When at that time the knowledge, the source of knowledge like the Vedas will act as a mirror. It will show you who you are. Right? So you look at the Vedas, you will understand the self. So this is very, very important. Therefore, all the sadhana is important, including Bhakti Yoga, because in all the sadhana you are doing, whether it is Ashtanga Yoga or Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga, you have to relate to God. Without God, all of this is not possible. Therefore, Bhakti is required always. Therefore, Bhakti is not something separate. It is part and parcel of this pursuit. So with that, I will close.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.